Hello everyone, my name is Zareen Bushra and you are watching Political Science Academy by Beyond the Narrative. And this lecture is all about understanding equality from the lens of a political science student, or this is the second video of our political theory series, which is purely presented for postgraduate scholars and aspirants. So, moving to the topic, to understand the meaning and evolution of the conception of equality. Starting from the 18th century, French Revolution took place and it made a slogan liberty, equality, and fraternity popular, which represents the importance of equality in new democratic world. So, the concept of equality is cited in the ancient Greek text written by Aristotle and various other thinkers of his times. They wrote about the conception of equality in their own opinion. So, first, we would discuss the academic definitions for equality, and our first thinker to describe equality is Harold Lasky. He stated that equality means the provision of adequate opportunities to all for self development. So, equality for him does not mean identity of treatment or sameness of rewards. Moving to the next slides, which talks about dimensions of equality. First of them is legal and civil equality. It is based on rule of law theorized by A.V. Dicey, which talked about equal protection and application of laws, and everyone is subject to the same legal standards, whether a citizen or a ruler. Second dimension is political equality. Equal participation and influence in political processes. It ensures equal voting rights, eligibility for public office, and equal treatment by law. The concept is realized through universal adult franchise, rule of law, and fair representation. The third dimension is social and economic equality. So, first we would talk about the social equality. In this, absence of social inequalities like caste hierarchy or gender discrimination is exists. In a socially equal society, every member enjoys equal status and dignity. Economic equality talks about equal access to wealth, income, and economic resources. Marxist thinkers emphasize economic equality as essential for true freedom. Modern welfare states pursue relative economic equality through redistributive policies, for example, progressive taxation, welfare programs, etc. Moving to the next slide, which talks about three historical waves of equality. The first one is formal equality, which talks about equal treatment of unequals, treating all individuals the same before law or policy. Classical liberals, for example, John Locke or Jeremy Bentham, etc., are its supporters. It focuses on equality in procedures like equal right to vote for all citizens. Critics argue that this leads to injustice because real life inequalities remain intact. Second one is equality of opportunity, that is liberal view. It ensures everyone gets a fair chance to develop their potential. Classical liberals like Locke and Adam Smith emphasize formal equality, same legal and political rights for all. Modern liberals like T.H. Green and John Rawls emphasize substantive equality, that is, society must remove barriers like poverty or lack of education that prevent real opportunities. And the most important part of it, it tolerates unequal final outcomes as long as the initial starting line is made fair for everyone. And third one is Equality of outcome, or we can say substantive or real equality. It recognizes that to achieve fairness, unequal treatment might be necessary. Achieving actual reality of outcomes by addressing disadvantages. Modern liberals and egalitarians like John Rawls and Dworkin are its supporter. They focuses more on equality in results or real capabilities. For example, affirmative action or reservation for disadvantaged groups. Moving to the next slide, resource egalitarianism, a very important conception given by Ronald Dworkin. Dworkin criticized Rawls' theory of justice. According to Ronald Dworkin, justice requires showing equal concern and importance to everyone by those who have political power. His famous book is known as Sovereign Virtue, The Theory and Practice of Equality, that was published in the year 2000. He rejects the idea of equality of welfare, that is, equal satisfaction of the preferences and desires for all, as it has problems of expensive tastes and adaptive preferences. He gave the conception of equality of resources as well, providing people with the resources to achieve their preference goals. Bundle of resource may vary in size according to the choice or preference of an individual. If someone choose a career for himself and suffered from inequality or become disadvantaged due to his own decision, there is no need to compensate his own decisions as per Dworkin. This inequality is fair as per him. So Dworkin distinguished two types of luck. First one is option luck, disadvantaged due to option luck, and second one is brute luck, disadvantaged due to bad or brute luck, needs or requires compensation. It includes less IQ, disability, poverty, etc. Elizabeth Anderson calls this luck egalitarianism. His understanding of resources distribution aims at fairness in initial resource allocation. Dworkin rejects the idea that equality threatens liberty. Instead, he argues that the fairness in resource distribution enhances individual freedom. Moving to the next slide, the capability approach given by Amartya Sen. This idea was proposed by economist Amartya Sen. He argued that providing or distributing resources only is not the solution to resist inequality. Rather, we must ensure the level of capabilities is increased, and also we should focus more on enhancing the capabilities of people so that they can achieve a good life. Proper focus should be on what people are able to be and do, and not on how much resource is allocated to them. Equality here means ensuring that everyone has genuine and sufficient opportunity to pursue fundamental aspects of well being, not just formal rights or equal resources. The capability approach is influential in development economics and policy, emphasizing the importance of literacy, health, and real life choices rather than mere economic growth. If we think about this idea of capability approach given by Amartya Sen, it is really a pragmatic and a revolutionary one if the decision makers would pay attention on it. So, moving to the next slide, spheres of justice. That means we would talk about Michael Walzer. First, we would discuss complex equality. Michael Walzer introduced complex equality in his influential book Spheres of Justice, 1983. As per him, each sphere of society, such as wealth, political power, education, should have its own principles of distribution, appropriate to its meanings and purpose. Inequality may exist within one sphere, for example, wealth, but it must not grant disproportionate advantage in other spheres, for example, political office or healthcare. So, he was trying to say if someone is advantaged in one sphere, he or she should not be advantaged in other spheres as well. If someone is rich, she should not have power in other spheres like political sphere or any other sphere. Complex equality insists on independent distribution of each sphere to prevent domination and promote a more pluralist, just society. Moving to the next slide. Egalitarian debates. I would like you people to get a screenshot of it and tell me about this in the comment section after reading about all these four subtopics. This would be your homework. So, moving to the next slide. Again, an important slide that needs to be a part of your notes. So, take a screenshot of it as well, because books and thinkers is the most favorite question of NTA and their chronologies as well. Moving to the next slide. And tada! Thank you for watching. Post your thoughts and comment down your homework as well. And if you have any queries, comment below. Thank you for watching. Share the video.